Today we're going to talk about skip tracing. Why is skip tracing so important? And what is skip tracing anyway? What do you use it for? For me, skip tracing is basically some sort of a communication channel, basically. It's one of the communication channels you can have when you are trying to look for a person, when you're trying to speculate. One of the ways to contact a person is to actually skip trace him, find the phone number, and try to call or send a text message. That's basically the purpose of skip tracing. Skip tracing is actually a service that a lot of companies offers for a price. So I know a lot of companies, and I'm using LexisNexis, which I'm going to show you in my computer in a second. And I'm going to show you the advantages of that system, and also I'm going to show you the disadvantages. And I'm also going to show you how to find phone numbers for free. I just got on a new website that I found out, and I actually cross-reference it with a couple of other services that do skip tracing. And the result I found were very surprising, and actually saved me a lot of money. It can save you a lot of money as well. So if you are a wholesaler, or if you are buying foreclosure, if you are trying to reach people out for listings, so for whatever reason you're trying to find people for your niche, the website I'm going to show you is going to help you a lot, and it's going to save you tons of money. It's for free, and it's pretty accurate. I'm actually spending money for no reason right now, using other services that cost me money, and when I found out this website, now I'm saving a lot of money. And not just that, I'm actually expanding my reach. I'm targeting more people because I can find their phone numbers for free. And I'm gonna walk you through what I'm showing you on my screen right now. I just wanna remind you, I made a video maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago about the same list I'm showing you now, about the data I'm looking at right now. I'm showing you people who owns multi-units properties in my territory in Broward County in Florida, and each of these person owns at least more than one unit, so 2 units and up to 600 units. And as you can see, I divided that list into a couple of other lists, like owners in Florida LLC, owners outside Florida, and LLC outside owners needs to fill some other things that I needed to fill. So I broke that list down. I showed you a video not too long time ago, and I showed you actually that I'm sending up my book. I'm actually putting it in envelope, attaching a letter, and I sent out a book to thousands of people, and that's how I'm trying to reach them. But at the same time, if I wanted to call them, okay, this is one way to reach them, is to actually send them a piece of mail. What I showed you is I actually sent out my book, and I wanted to outstand. And everything I do, I try to outstand, and I try to actually beat my competition. And even with the skip tracing right now, I'm trying to beat my competition because there are so many leads you want to skip trace. It can cost you so much money, and that's the house truth. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. You know, if you think that being a wholesaler or speculating or trying to find deals doesn't cost money, so let me tell you, it costs money. Okay, it costs money. So to try to reduce and try to save your expenses, I found that a great way to find out numbers and contacts. But before that, I want to explain you what do I use it for. Okay, skip tracing, as I said, it's a service. Okay, you need to find point of data. You need to enter it into the system, and then you're gonna get out an output with a couple of phone numbers. Those phone numbers you're gonna have to call or text message. The thing about wholesaling, you're gonna have to skip trace a lot of numbers, and you have to skip trace them regularly, because leads are coming and data is coming every single day, right? You're gonna have pre-foreclosure, foreclosures, estates, probates, auctions, whatever you do. For sell by owners, expiry dates, and for whatever data you get, you're gonna have to actually find the person. Okay, the ultimate goal of skip tracing is finding the person and conveying a message. The best skip tracer in the world would be private investigators, for example. Okay, that was gonna be great people to work for you for wholesaling if you need to, or for whatever speculation you're trying to do. If your conversion is high by finding people, then maybe you should invest in highly skilled private investigators who can find people for you. That's another way to find people, right? You can just find a person who can be a private investigator. Another way to actually find people, okay, is to hire a service processor, right? When you are served with a complaint or foreclosure, how many times the service processor trying to serve you before he actually does? You know, on average, I think it's between 3 to 4 times. Okay, he goes to the same person, knock on his door, and trying to look it up face to face, and actually give him a piece of information. So it's not just a skip tracer. He's also an investigator, I would say, right? He kind of think even more. Where is that person gonna be? Where is he? What, you know? He's just they have their own way to find people, and finding people is one of the most important thing in real estate investing, in off-market real estate investing, in everything you're trying to do, in any audience you're trying to convey a message to. Skip tracing is a great way to get somebody's phone number. The only question is how you're gonna get that phone number, and what you're gonna do with that phone number, and whose phone number is it anyway. So I'm taking an example right now. I'm taking a real example, a real case study that I'm actually doing myself. So I'm gonna walk you through the processes of how am I actually choosing who to target, where do I look to find their information, and then I'm gonna show you what do I do with that. So that's what I did. I went to the property appraisal, and in a property appraisal at the tax records, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. At the tax records, you can actually search by owner, by folio. You can find all the relevant information about a property. And the other thing you can actually do is you can actually use the codes that each property has to kind of like focus on the property you are speculating after. Focus on the properties that you are trying to buy, focus on the properties that you're trying to wholesale, because those properties are not the same for everybody, right? You can wholesale vacant properties, single family residential, you can do multifamily, which is commercial, and you can go up to mixed use stores, community centers, shopping centers, etc. Every wholesaler has their own niche. And that's what I'm trying to teach people, you know, even in my courses and even in my books. I'm trying to tell you guys, hey, you gotta focus on a niche. You gotta tell me which point of data you are speculating, which type of property, make it simple, what type of property you have most knowledge of that you wanna buy or you wanna wholesale. So this is the list of the uses, okay? Each property has a use, okay? If you're looking for vacant residential, you can just search for 00. 00 gonna give you all the vacant residentials, okay? So you can search for single family, townhouse, condominiums. What I did, I searched for 2 codes. I searched for 03, 10 units or more, residential, and less than 10 units. So from 2 units to 600 and something units, residential properties, I already got all the list over here. As you can see, I can sort it by unit number here. That's what I did. I sorted by unit. If I go up, I'm gonna get 500 units, all the people who owns those use codes that I searched. So first of all, what I did is I took the data, I kind of like took the raw data, the master plan data, the one that I'm gonna break into pieces, and I put it in Excel spreadsheet. The next phase would be to identify my core audience, right? From that list, from that master list, I divided it to owners who lives in Florida, owners who live outside of Florida. I divided it to people who have companies who are registered in Florida, or people who have companies who are registered outside of Florida. And for my own niche, my most lucrative audience in this whole list is people who are actually living outside Florida. It's a lot of people are looking for people who lives outside of Florida for wholesaling. For my purpose, I do it for my management company because I'm interested to manage other people's properties and to help them grow, sell their properties, buy them more properties, give them full service solution. And I'm inviting them to my system, to my family, and I'm telling them, guys, I have a lot of value to give you. Just give me a chance to look at your portfolios. I'm gonna come up with a plan how to maximize it. And that's the people I'm targeting. I'm targeting people who lives outside the states and own multiple units. Okay, that's why I choose the multiple units. I choose the multiple units because I don't want to chase 100 different people for a 100 unit portfolio. I rather have a client that has 20 units, 16 units, and a couple of 13 units. I'm gonna have 6-7 clients, and I'm gonna have 100 units portfolio. So my most lucrative people are the most people who have more assets, basically. So that's who I'm targeting for. That list, okay, I actually filtered even further. And what I did is I actually took all the people, like I told you, I took all the people who lives outside of Florida, okay, who owns properties in Florida and lives outside of Florida. And those are the people right now that I'm showing you. Those are the first batch of people that actually also sent out my book here and with a letter, and I invested good money in it. But I know as a fact that it's going to the right people, it's going to the people that I am targeting, I have the right data, I'm conveying my message, and I'm trying to bring my value, and I'm trying to convey value as well. So I cut down lists to people who lives outside of Florida, and this is where I sent my book to. Another way to contact these people is, of course, skip tracing, right? Why don't I just find this person's phone number and just give them a call? Just give them a call and say, I want to manage the properties, or want to buy the properties, or want to whatever you guys have is, everybody has their own speech and their own niche. So one way and now I'm getting into the phase where actually you can save a lot of money, because the way I used to do it is I use LexisNexis. A lot of people use Accurate. LexisNexis is a skip tracing service. All you have to do is you put the first name, last name, street number, street address, and then you are prompted with a couple of phone numbers you can try and use. And a lot of people, that's what they do. Okay, skip tracing, it's one of the most important pieces in the puzzle when you are trying to wholesale and when you're trying to bring business. Okay, the only problem with skip tracing, and I think a lot of people are having this problem, and I'm having this problem as well until now, is it costs a lot of money, right? To get a really accurate number and the information that you need, sometimes it can cost you up to 60 or 70 cents, depending on the report. Some reports can even be $3. Okay, I used to have reports that cost me $3. I used to skip trace the person, their family, their aunt, the cousin, and you got all their family. And this way I could actually find a person which nobody could find them, right? Because some people don't have their phone number listed, but they have their family's numbers listed. And when you are polite enough and you're trying not to bother anybody and ask a family member to help you out and convey your message, that can give you another edge. That gave me another edge over my competition, but it cost me a lot of money. It's another very important thing to say. If I skip trace 100 people for $3, it's $300. It's a lot of money, especially if I do it every single day, because every single day I skip trace people in order to create deals, and a lot of people are doing that. So how can I be more efficient, and how can I overcome my competition, and how can I save money skip tracing? Okay, so I found out a way that can save a lot of money, and I'm gonna show you right now what I mean. Okay, the way it usually works is, as I said, you have to actually skip trace a person. So I'm gonna take an example of, let's say we want to skip trace this person, right? He owns 2 units, and and I have his information, right? So I'm gonna, on my other screen, I'm gonna log into my LexisNexis, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna skip trace his number. Okay, so I'm logged into here right now. I'm just gonna go to search. That's the way it works usually, and don't have to show the screen. All right, and basically what I'm gonna do is I need to actually go ahead in here, this person here, and basically the way it works is you have to put the first name, which is just gonna copy paste it. It's gonna be much easier for me. So I got the first name and I got the last name for my data, and I can put the street address, search, as then you can see, I'm just gonna make this screen bigger here right now. As you can see, I found the person contact information over here, and I got some other information. I got his date of birth, and I can give them a call. Now, this search that you're seeing right now cost me about 60 cents, okay? So I'm paying 60 cents. If I'm doing thousands or hundreds of searches, that's gonna be a huge bill. That's actually a huge restriction. You know, when you are restricted, when skip tracing costs you money, you're not gonna go and skip trace like 10,000 or 20,000 at one shot. Even if you can, even if you have the audience, right? I have the audience right here. You see how many? I have 8,000 people in 8,000 perspectives over here that I can go and I can skip trace each and every one of them. But that's gonna cost me $6,000 or $7,000 or $5,000 just to skip trace all these people. That's gonna be a lot of money. That's gonna be a lot of money. And yes, you can create deals, and yes, that's the way to do it. But there are two things that you should consider, okay? First of all is automation. And I'm showing it a lot. You know, the way I used to skip trace these numbers here from those reports is I can actually go ahead and I can skip trace, basically, let's see if I can see it here. I can actually skip trace numbers automatically. And I'm just going to show you how I used to do it. You see, I'm taking the same people, the same example, just to make you understand about this process. And when I click on phone search, the way I program that is as follows. I'm showing you right now. Basically, it's putting my username automatically, and then it's telling me put the numbers, and then click OK, 922, and then I have to go here and do OK, continue, and then it would do everything by itself. You see, I'm not doing anything right now. Hands out. And if you look at my computer and you look what's going on my screen, yes, let me just go ahead and pull it up. You see, it puts all the information by itself. Tack, and it gives me the numbers and everything automatically. Again, every search costs me about 60 cents, I think, and I gotta check my account. Some people pay less, some people pay more. LexisNexis is accurate. It's pretty accurate. And you see what's going on? Basically, it's going one by one. It's putting the information for me on my Excel spreadsheet. After that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you what I do with that in the CRM and how you can contact these people and how you can mass target all these people immediately. So the idea would be is get as many numbers as you can and then go to the next process, right? We are just improving our data as we go along. We took the data from the property appraisal, we filtered that data, we looked at it and saw, okay, those are the people we want to contact. Then we actually went and spent some money doing some skip tracing. I'm going to stop this right now because I want to show you a much better way a much better way to save a lot of money and to skip trace if you don't have any money, right? If you don't have any money, if you really can't afford skip tracing, this is built for you, okay? And that is gonna be amazing for me as well, because I'm gonna take a lot of advantage of that website after I just found out about it. And so I'm just gonna close this one for now. This is the way I used to skip trace the number automatically from Accurate. I'm still doing it, but I'm only doing it for records that I cannot find using the free service. So right now I have a free service that I'm using, that I'm actually build another program to automate what you're seeing right now here. And I'm gonna walk you through and show you how much money you can actually save doing that. So let's go into this spreadsheet right now here. This is the spreadsheet where I took it from my master list and actually filtered that into only people I really want to contact. And I'm gonna show you another way to do things, okay? So let's log in again to the Accurate LexisNexis, and we're gonna do two tests right now. We're gonna do two tests. I'm just logging in right now again to my LexisNexis so I can show you. Okay, so I'm back into the LexisNexis, okay? And what I want to do is, I want to search again. And I want to take this guy again. I want to take this, let's take this person here. First name, we're going to put into here. And last name into here. And we're going to take his street address into here. And that's going to be enough for us to find him. So here it is. Here it is. Here is the person, 79 years old. Maybe there is a big chance he's looking for my services, or maybe not. But now the only fact is that it actually cost me 60 cents to search for him. So I'm gonna show you a website. I just found out about it. I don't know, maybe you guys know about it, but I'm sure it can help a lot of people to save a lot of money, skip tracing and finding other people's contact information. And the website name is, I'm just gonna present it right now on my screen. The website name is Telephone Directories US. It's called Telephone Directories US. So this is what it is. This is the website basically. So you can do phone search and you can just put the person's name basically. So if I take this guy's name, or this girl, this lady, not young I would say. I will take it like that and I will put it like this. And here you go. This is the number. This is the real number. And this is the number. You can see that. So instead of me paying 60 cents per record, if I can find somebody's number here, okay, I'm just going to show you the website. Here you go. It's even give you his address, you know, it's according to my search. According to my search, it has about 75% accuracy when it finds somebody, right? It doesn't find 75% of the records, but when it finds a number, it's got at least 75% accuracy. Most of the time, the first number is the one that it's working. So I'm just gonna show you what I did here in this list, basically. So basically, we took the number, right? This is his real number, yes? This is his real number. And I'm comparing it to a paid service right now that cost me money, right? 5415 at the end is the number, and this is the same number that you have over here. So what I did basically is I took this website, right, and I automated the same way I showed you I automated my LexisNexis, my Accurate. So basically now I can go ahead and I can look for thousands of records, right? Thousands of records. I'm not limited anymore. I don't feel cheap no more because it doesn't cost me. If I put somebody's name and I don't have the number, okay, but if I have the number, I'm already a winner. So make a note of this website because I already tested it and I compared it to paid services, okay? Services that charge you between 60 cents to $3 per record. And you can get it for free. This is amazing. I don't know if you know about it. I'm very excited to know about it because that's going to save me a lot of money with my technology. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap all the people that I want from the property appraisal. And that's going to be in the 10,000s, guys. It's going to be 10,000s of records. And I'm going to scrap them and then I'm going to use this free service to take as many numbers as I can out. I already tested it, and every single minute I can pull up about 10 numbers when I automate it. My automation works in a way that not a lot of people are really focusing on automation, and kind of sounds overwhelming, you know, when I show what I do. But the only way to get advantage over your competition is by being the first, being the fastest, and of course know what you do. Know what you do is before anything else, but you gotta be the first and you gotta have an advantage over your competition, right? If there are so many wholesalers out there, you know, trust me, a lot of them are draining because they don't have enough money to keep the operation going because they believe that buying real estate doesn't cost you money or being a wholesaler doesn't cost you money. I don't know, in today's world, I think even breeding costs you money. You know, there is nothing that doesn't cost you money. So it's a huge misconception because I spend a lot of money in marketing. Obviously, my conversion justifies it, but you gotta put some money in to have some attention and get some deals going on. And this is a great way to do it. So what I'm showing you right now is actually already scrapped all the numbers that I could, okay, from those records. So I saved a lot of money, and those records are correct. If I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start comparing you these numbers, you're gonna see them. You're gonna start seeing them. Okay, you're gonna start seeing this is the number that the person has. I don't know, we can take another example, I guess. And let's take another example, just first name. I can spend another 60 cents just to demonstrate that this is a great service and you should use it if you are looking to find people for real estate investing. And here you go. This is the number. 8275. According to my test, see, you get the number. Okay, what I want to do, what I want you to do is actually go ahead, go to that website and put your name and two of your friends that you know their number. Okay, and see if you get the number. And let me know in the comments below, or write me and tell me what you found out, because it can save you a lot of money. Again, I have all these contacts over here. And I'm going to import those contacts into my CRM. I'm going to take it into another video. I'm going to show you my automation. I'm going to show you how I manipulate my data even further, okay, to create business and to create sustainable business, not just business. So you see, that's going to give me a huge advantage right now over my competition. I already skipped. Let's see how many people we already skipped from that. So I already skipped complete records of 181 people. And if I do the calculation, 181 multiple 60. I save $108 right now doing that search. But that's nothing, because I'm gonna scrap maybe 1,000 properties per day right now and 1,000 contacts per day right now because it's free. And one of the biggest advantage you can do is actually automate it. And automation is another advantage. You gotta look at the automation. Every time you look at data, every process you have, you gotta think how you can automate it. Okay, you gotta think how you can automate it. Don't have time to spend. We don't have that. Everything is going too fast. People are too fast these days. Everybody wants to buy real estate. Everybody wants to be a wholesaler. It became like a trend, and people are just calling people saying, "I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house." I have properties that I own all over the states, and people are calling me every single time. "I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house," and things like that. And you gotta have an advantage. You're gonna have an advantage. Your data needs to be better. You gotta improve your data. You gotta improve your processes. Now I have the numbers, and now I have the mailing information. But if I don't do anything with that, it's worthless. You see, you can find people who are interested, who are motivated to sell or to make a deal. You can know where they are. Okay, pre-foreclosure, probate, estates, auctions, you name it. Okay, they're there. But if you don't know how to manipulate the data and actually convey your message to them on a regular basis, right? On a regular basis, you're not gonna bring enough deal to create a business. You're gonna make a deal here and there, but that's not gonna be a business. You're gonna sell your time, okay, and your energy to make a salary at best. To make it a sustainable business, to become a millionaire, you gotta think how you can replicate your successes in the mass. You gotta make an audit. What led you to make a great deal? What led you to create a relationship? What kind of value actually helped other people during that process? And those elements, you're gonna have to automate in the mass. You're gonna have to kind of define the processes, understand the time they take, and think how you can make it faster and better. That's gonna be always your ultimate goal when you invest in real estate. Because real estate, it doesn't change, it doesn't go away. The houses are still houses, the commercial properties are still commercial properties. The only difference is they change ends. All the time they change ends. And you have to have an accurate data to be in that dynamic, to understand where the change is going, and actually kind of convey the right message to those people. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? I can find out when the property was last sold as well, and I can even go farther in my searches, and I can just say, okay, I want people who just bought the property right now because I have a service to give them. Or I can say, okay, I want people who are old-timers. Maybe they're just tired from their property, okay? They don't want to hold real estate anymore, okay? I'm just going to target the people who own properties for about 50 years now. And that's another way to go. So you can do anything, you can kind of like do anything you want, but you got to think about your processes, and you just got to do it. There's no but and no if. You got to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. I'm really excited to start scrapping as many numbers as I can and making phone calls. Another piece of information I can tell you before we go is that I already checked 75% to maybe 85% accuracy in the numbers here. The first numbers are almost always accurate. And nobody tells you how many searches you can do. You can just go to that website and search as many searches as you can do. So if you are a hardworking person, if you're ambitious, if you have passion to what you're doing, like I have, this is where you should be. I hope you enjoy this movie. I'm looking forward to bring more and more videos like this in the future. If you like this one, make sure to subscribe, because I'm coming up with how to manipulate the phone numbers and how to send text messages and how to use CRM to actually keep track and follow up in order to create real deals and real businesses. If you want to get a free copy of my book, okay, please subscribe to my channel and I make sure to send you a free copy. This is for me to say thank you to everybody, and I wish you happy investing.